Hi, this is Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group. Today is December 3rd. It's time for another Tustin Talks. We're going to be looking at the Orange County market today. And what is today? Today, it's after Thanksgiving. What happens after Thanksgiving? People start wearing sweaters and putting up their Christmas trees, right? So that's what we were doing this Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great holiday. Christmas is right around the corner, which means at this time of year, the market should be slowing down. So let's look at the charts and see what's happening. So starting with the active listing inventory, well, it paints a picture, that's for sure. I mean, let's look at 2020. We have 3,469 homes for sale. Let's compare that with last year. Last year, 4,935 homes. That means our inventory has dropped 30%. Let's look at pending sales over the year, okay? So this includes all the escrows. Now that means that anything that's in escrow now, it didn't necessarily go into escrow just in the last 30 days. This is everything that's in escrow right now. We have about 3,800 homes in escrow. Last year at this time, we had about 3,100 escrows open. So now we're up about 22% on escrows. Now looking at the Orange County demand, only over the last 30 days, we have 2,621 homes in escrow, and we are up from last year when we only had 2,171 homes in escrow at this time of the year. So think about that. In Orange County right now, there are only 3,469 homes for sale, and there are 3,800 homes in escrow. 2,621 of those sold just in the last 30 days. So we'll talk a little bit more about those dynamics later. Sorry to interrupt this program, but you know what? Let's make sure you're subscribed to Tustin Talks. Click on the button below next to our name, and if that doesn't work for any reason, you can just go to TustinTalks.com or our websites, the Odell Group and NorthTustin.com, and subscribe there. So let's continue. Now, looking at my favorite chart, which really isn't my favorite chart anymore because Stephen Thomas at the Orange County Housing Report, I'm not sure why he changed it. I like the way it was. But he added this little column here called market speed. Before, you remember, we used to separate this by color. Either way, if you look at that market speed, obviously it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. When that thing is pegged, that means you got everything going in the right direction, right? Everything's good. When you look at it in gray, you know, just coming back a little bit, you can see that 2 to 4 million takes 126 days of expected marketing time, and at 4 million plus, it takes 322 days, both of which are quicker than last year. But both of those, you know, aren't great for sellers. I mean, the first one's kind of a regular market, kind of nobody has much of an advantage. Second one, it's really truly a buyer's market over 4 million. So now looking above that and looking at everything at 63 days or less going up the price scale there, those are all really strong numbers for the sellers. So when we take all those expected days on the market for all the different price ranges and average them together, we get 40 days on the market, where if you look up, anything under 60 is considered a seller's hot market. And I know buyers are getting frustrated in this seller's hot market, but we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Orange County closed sales year over year. Now this only goes to the end of October. We're right on the fringe of getting November's numbers, but even so, look at the closed sales through the end of October. We were up 31% from the prior year, 3,359 homes versus 2,564. And in November, I think we're gonna see some big gains there as well, year over year. So we should have those hopefully next week. Okay, so buyers, really, it's gonna take a while for this inventory to get back up to the level it needs to get to. This is supply and demand, and that is what's driving this market. COVID was a game changer for housing. It really made people evaluate where they're living and how they're living. That has caused people to want to get into homes and move more than ever. And I don't think that people are going to forget this experience of COVID just when it, you know, gets under control and ends. I think that's going to carry on for a while. And if you look at what it would really take to get inventory up to current levels right now, I mean, we have, what did we say, 3,800 homes on the market, and that's representative of maybe a month and a half's worth of inventory, okay? To get to a normal market, it's gonna have to triple or quadruple the amount of inventory as opposed to how much the demand is. If you look at the demand, I know if you guys are out there, you're seeing it again. Multiple offers on everything, being driven by interest rates. Interest rates are at historical lows right now. Could they go lower? Maybe, but why wouldn't you just take advantage of where they are? Get the house, because the chances are they're not gonna stay low like this for very long. And like I said in last week's Tustin Talks, you're not gonna be talking about the price you paid for the house, you're gonna be talking about your interest rate on the house, because in the long-term scheme of things, if people own their houses 20 years in Orange County on average, that interest rate's gonna mean a whole lot more than whether you save $20,000 or $30,000 on the ask price, okay? So hang in there and stay with me, because I got some advice for you after I talk to the sellers here, but you might wanna hear this as well. So sellers, congratulations, once again, you guys are in control of this market, but it doesn't mean you can ask anything you want for your house, because there's still homes that aren't selling, okay? But what's really important in this market is for you to be advised by the right person and by the right agent that is in this every single day, who's been around for a long, long time, who understands this. This is not the time, and this goes for you guys buyers too, this is not the time to call your friend who just got their license, because it seems like it's just so easy to sell a house right now. There's so many things that can go wrong with that scenario, I can't even begin to tell you. You guys all have your careers, you all have your businesses, you know a lot about what goes on behind the scenes that the public will never know or other people will never understand. Guess what? It's the same way in real estate, okay? When you work with us, okay, you're working with a name that is highly recognized. People know who we are out there. We've been around for a long time. And when you are in a competitive situation, you want name recognition buyers. You want a listing agent to pick your offer because they trust your agent. Relationships matter. Experience matters, and it really, really matters at times like this for no matter what side of the coin you're on here, whether you're a buyer or you're a seller. I can tell you we're selling homes every week, and because of that, we know what's going on. You know, the amount of information we get on a weekly basis and share is unbelievable, and it's invaluable to our clients. So we already know the next round of closings, most likely what these houses are gonna close for. We wrote offers on many of them, you know, so we understand what's going on in the market, and that inside knowledge for you helps. And sellers, the last thing I'm gonna say is there is nothing you're seeing advertised out there, nothing, that we haven't been doing for 5 to 10 years, okay? We have all the services available. We do everything at a higher level with higher quality than all of our competition. I'm very, very confident in that. So if you're gonna be interviewing agents, please give us a call. To wrap this up, hey, enjoy the holiday season, right? Let's enjoy it. And buyers, do not give up. And sellers, call early. Don't call and say, I want to sell my house next week, because chances are your house isn't ready to sell next week. There's things to do to get you the most money and net you the most dollars. So both of you guys, buyers and sellers, we can help. Give us a call. Thanks. Bye-bye. The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos, and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.